Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The Diagnostic Trouble Code, DTC P1659, specifically relates to a malfunction associated with the Electronic Throttle Control System, ETCS relay. This relay plays a critical role in managing the throttle control mechanisms in the Honda Fit, ensuring that the engine's throttle is appropriately controlled based on driver input and system demands. When the system detects an anomaly, it triggers the DTC P1659 to alert technicians. Located within the underhood fuse and relay box, the ETCS control relay is integral in bridging power from the vehicle's powertrain control module, PCM, to the throttle actuator. Its operational efficiency is vital for maintaining the vehicle's performance and responsiveness. This guide will systematically address troubleshooting steps for diagnosing and resolving the P1659 error in the Honda Fit manufactured between 2015 and 2020. The P1659 code indicates an ETCS control relay off malfunction. The Electronic Throttle Control System relies heavily on its control relay to operate correctly. This relay communicates with the powertrain control module, PCM, by turning on or off the throttle actuator as needed. Located in the underhood fuse and relay box, the relay ensures the appropriate electrical signals are sent to the throttle body. The components affected include the throttle body, which regulates airflow to the engine, and the PCM, which is responsible for overall engine management. Any malfunction within these components can severely impact engine performance, as they rely on the ETCS relay's operation to function properly. Therefore, identifying and rectifying the fault indicated by this DTC is essential for optimal vehicle operation. Several possible causes can lead to the P1659 DTC being triggered. A faulty ETCS control relay is a primary suspect. If the relay fails, it will not send the necessary signals to the throttle system, causing the malfunction. Another possible cause could be a blown fuse, particularly fuse number B4, which supplies power to the ETCS relay. If this fuse blows, the relay cannot function, directly triggering the DTC. Additionally, open or shorted wiring between the relay and the PCM or elsewhere in the system may lead to the same error, resulting in incomplete electrical pathways for communication between components. Thus, examining these potential issues will be vital in addressing the P1659 DTC effectively. When the P1659 Diagnostic Trouble Code appears, several symptoms may manifest, indicating a problem with the ETCS. One of the most noticeable symptoms is poor throttle response. This may include a delayed reaction when pressing the accelerator or inconsistent power delivery while driving. Additionally, overall engine performance may degrade. Drivers could experience stalling, lack of acceleration, or rough idling. As a precautionary measure, the check engine light will illuminate to indicate a malfunction in the vehicle's electronic systems. Recognizing these symptoms early and taking appropriate action can prevent further complications and ensure safe vehicle operation. The first step in troubleshooting DTC P1659 is to turn the vehicle's ignition to the on position without starting the engine. This allows the powertrain control module, PCM, and various systems to engage. Once the vehicle is in the on mode, clear the DTC using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS. After clearing, it is essential to check for any pending or confirmed DTCs, again using the HDS. If P1659 is active once more, this indicates a recurring issue, and you should proceed with further diagnostic steps. However, if the code does not appear, it may indicate an intermittent failure. In such case, inspect the connections and terminals related to the ETCS relay and PCM for any loose or corroded connections. In this second troubleshooting step, start by turning the vehicle's ignition to the off lock position. Following this, check fuse number B4, rated at 15 amp, located in the underhood fuse/relay box. This specific fuse is critical as it supplies power to the ETCS control relay. Once found, visually inspect the fuse for any signs of damage or breakage. If the fuse is intact, continue to the next step in the troubleshooting process. However, if the fuse is blown, it will need to be replaced to restore power and evaluate whether this resolves the P1659 DTC. Ensuring the integrity of the fuse is foundational before testing the relay or wiring. For the third troubleshooting step, you will need to remove the ETCS control relay from the underhood fuse relay box. This process may require some effort considering the relay's fit within the box. After removal, it's crucial to test the relay to determine whether it's functioning correctly. A multimeter can be used for this test to measure continuity and resistance within the relay. If the relay checks out positively, it indicates that the relay is not the source of the problem, and you can move on to the next step of testing. If the relay is defective, replacing it will be necessary to ensure the proper functioning of the Electronic Throttle Control System. In the fourth step, turn the vehicle ignition to the on position, but do not start the engine. Next, you'll need to measure the voltage between test points, identified as test point 1, located at the ETCS control relay 4P socket number 3, and test point 2, which is body ground. This measurement helps determine if there is battery voltage present when the relay is disconnected. If battery voltage is present at this stage, proceed to the fifth step of testing. However, if there is no voltage, this may indicate a malfunction in the underhood fuse/relay box itself, requiring replacement. Understanding these voltage measurements is critical in diagnosing the ETCS control operation. Now, for the fifth troubleshooting step, return the vehicle ignition to the off-lock mode. Again, measure voltage between test points 1 and 2 while the ETCS control relay remains disconnected. Test point 1 is found at ETCS control relay 4P socket number 1, and test point 2 is body ground. This test is designed to check for battery voltage along the +B dBW line. If voltage is detected, this indicates that the +B dBW wire is functioning properly, allowing you to proceed to the sixth troubleshooting step. Conversely, if there is no voltage, it signifies an open within the wire that needs to be repaired between fuse number B4 and the ETCS control relay. In the sixth step of troubleshooting, employ the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, to jump the SCS line, activating a short circuit test mode. Following this, disconnect the PCM connector C51P to isolate the PCM from the ETCS system. Measure continuity between test points 1 and 2, where test point 1 is identified as the ETCS control relay 4P, socket number 2, and test point 2 connects to PCM connector C51P, number 2. If continuity is confirmed, this indicates that the VBDBW relay output line is functioning correctly, allowing the technician to advance to the seventh step. However, if there's no continuity, this implies an open wire that should be repaired between the PCM and the ETCS control relay. For the seventh troubleshooting step, first, disconnect PCM connector A51P to create a clearer testing environment for the remaining wiring. Subsequently, a continuity test should be conducted between test point 1, which is the ETCS control relay 4P socket number 4, and test point 2, the PCM connector A, 51P number 19. This test is done while the vehicle is in off-lock mode and the ETCS control relay remains disconnected. If continuity exists, this indicates that the DBW relay CL wire is intact, and you may proceed to verify if the PCM has the latest software update. If there is no continuity, repairs need to be made to the wiring between the PCM and the ETCS relay. If updates or replacements are made, rechecking is necessary to ensure the DTC P1659 resolves. In this 8th troubleshooting step, remove the ETCS control relay from its location within the underhood fuse relay box. This allows for a close inspection of the wiring paths surrounding the relay. Next, still in the off-lock mode, jump the SCS line with the HDS as a precaution. Proceed to disconnect PCM connector C, 51P, as this will better isolate circuitry for testing. Now, check for continuity between test points defined as PCM connector C, 51P, no, 2 and body ground. If this test reveals continuity, it signifies a short in the VBDB WW relay output line that needs addressing. Conversely, if continuity isn't present, the wiring is probably intact, and you'd continue troubleshooting based on the results. This testing helps confirm the integrity of the wire connections related to the ETCS operation. For the final troubleshooting step, check for continuity between test points, ensuring the vehicle remains in the off-lock position with the ETCS control relay and PCM connector C, 51P, disconnected. The targeted test points are the ETCS control relay 4P socket number 1 and body ground. If continuity is confirmed here, it indicates that there is a short that needs repair within the +B DBW line, extending between fuse number B4 and the ETCS control relay. If no continuity is found, indicating the wiring is functioning as expected, you should then consider updating the PCM software if it's not current, or substituting it with a known good unit. Should the DTC P1659 resolve upon these updates or replacements, it confirms that the PCM was likely the root cause of the malfunction. Upon completing all troubleshooting steps for the P1659 code, clear any diagnostic trouble codes, DTCs, stored in the system with the HDS. Following this, conduct a test drive to assess the vehicle's throttle response and general performance under various conditions. It is important to monitor the vehicle closely, as successful troubleshooting should ideally eliminate any DTCs, including P1659. After driving, recheck for any recurrence of the fault. Consistent, successful operation without the check engine light activated will signify that the faults have been properly identified and addressed, confirming the integrity of the repair work conducted. To prevent future occurrences of the P1659 DTC and maintain the overall health of the Honda Fit's Electronic Throttle Control System, regular maintenance is essential. Start with periodic inspections of the fuses, particularly fuse number B4, to ensure they are intact and functioning correctly. Additionally, regularly check the relay connections to make sure they are clean, secure, and free from corrosion that could develop over time. Keeping the vehicle's software up to date is equally crucial, as manufacturers often release updates to improve performance and address potential issues. Following these preventative measures can significantly reduce the likelihood of encountering DTCs related to the electronic throttle control in the future. In summary, DTC P1659 indicates a malfunction related to the Electronic Throttle Control System, ETCS control relay, highlighting the importance of this component for vehicle functionality. The relay connects the PCM to the throttle actuator, playing a crucial role in throttle operation. Following a systematic approach through the troubleshooting steps ensures that both the issue is identified and the appropriate repairs are made. By understanding potential causes, symptoms, and areas of known failure, technicians can effectively address the malfunction and restore optimal vehicle performance. Lastly, adhering to preventive maintenance practices will enhance the longevity of the system and reduce the risk of similar issues arising in the future. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.